Welcome students to class 5th again, English 2nd chapter, Daydreams. Today we are starting a new chapter, Daydreams. What is daydreams actually? Who are daydreamers? Daydreams यानी दिन में सपने देखना. It's a very beautiful story which gives us an insight as to what could happen if one daydreams. The couple who is shown in the story is a couple who is having a lot of idle time, and in their idle time they always have a habit of daydreaming यानी दिन में सपने देखना. They used to daydream of about how they will make a lot of money without doing anything. Right? Now when this couple talks to each other, they communicate within themselves कि ऐसा होगा, we will do that, we will do this. Soon their narration, their communication, their conversation turns into an argument. Understood? Now when this couple was arguing, a neighbor of this couple entered their house. जब उसने बहुत सारी आवाज़ें सुनी, the neighbor entered the house and he saw that there is nothing and they are quarreling like that only without any reason. They are daydreaming and they are quarreling, and even their argument raised to such an extent that their dreams shattered. Right? So this neighbor came inside the house and he very cleverly put an end to the argument. Right? And he makes them realize that they were so foolish to quarrel on the thing which is not there. He makes them realize that they are daydreaming. Right? So let's refer the textbook now. Read the story. Okay? See students, before reading from the textbook, let's use this e-class, and first we will understand the story, Daydreams, with the help of this e-class. Then we will be reading the chapter. This will make the story interesting for you. Okay? So let's first start the e-class.
Daydreams. There are certain half-dreaming modes of mind in which we naturally steal away from noise and care and seek some quiet haunt where we may indulge our reveries and build our air castles undisturbed. Today, as I sit here, this stillness has filled my thoughts with dreams for the future. Building those castles in the air, I'm reminded of the couple and their dream of owning cows.
What did the lady explain? She was sitting on a sofa. She was telling that while sitting on that couch also, she also was making air castles. What is making air castles? Air castles is the same thing when we do during daydreaming. Like I am talking about the couple in the story, the couple is also making air castles. हवाई महल बनाना. दिन में सपने देखते देखते हवाई महल बनाना. What the couple is doing? They are daydreaming and making air castles in their dreams. Okay, so let's start.
Once, there lived a couple who spent a lot of time in idle, meaning useless talk. One day, the husband told his wife that he had always wanted to keep cows. If by chance he got some extra money from somewhere, he was going to buy a few cows. The wife replied that it meant a lot of work. If he bought cows, he would have to feed the cows, walk them, bathe them, milk them. Cows need a lot of looking after.
See, the farmer couple, husband and the wife, are talking together. The husband says he always had a dream to keep many cows, to nurture them, to look after them. So he says, shall we buy some cows? If I get money from somewhere, I will definitely buy some cows. The wife says, if you will buy many cows, we will have to milk them, bathe them, look after them. Right? So why to buy so many cows? Let's buy only one cow. One cow will be enough. Right? Let's see.
one cow would be enough. She suggested that there was no need to buy more cows. The husband told his wife to think of all the milk they would get if they bought more. On hearing the husband's suggestion, the wife thoughtfully agreed that was true. She started thinking about the things she'd get.
Now, the husband says, if we will buy more cows, many cows, think about the milk we will be having, the quantity of the milk. We will be having much milk, we will sell it in the market. The wife, hearing this, says,
Get after keeping cows. She said there would be so much milk that they can even have plenty of dahi and butter and ghee. She further exclaimed, wouldn't that be lovely? She thought how lucky she would be to have all these earthen pots, meaning pots made of baked clay or mud kept aside.
The wife also agrees. She thinks that's a very lovely idea. We will have lot of milk. I will keep many earthen pots. One earthen pot for ghee, one for milk, one for dahi, one for butter. But again she says, one pot of milk I will be selling to my sister also. See, from here the arguments begins. How? See.
She thought of using one of the pots for milk, one for dahi and one for butter. She further added that she would keep ghee in another jar and use the remaining pot to sell milk to her sister. On listening to her plan of sending milk to her sister, the husband interrogated, "Send milk to your sister?" He further asked her, who said that she can send milk to her sister? The wife.
Now see, hearing to that idea of the wife that she will be sending one pot of milk to her sister, the husband interrogated. He started asking questions. Who will allow you to send milk to your sister? I won't allow you to send milk to your sister. Why will we send to her? The wife will say, now, why not? I will be taking care of the cows. I am taking, instead she is telling, I am taking the care of the cows. I do all the work. I will decide to whom should we send the milk. Understood? Listen.
Explained that there will be plenty of milk if they have so many cows. She further asked them why shouldn't she send it to her sister. The husband replied that because they were going to sell it in the market. He further announced that it was he who would decide what to do with all that milk. He also told her to keep in mind that not a drop of it will go to her sister. The wife exclaimed she will see how he would stop her from sending a pot full of milk to her dear sister. She added that as she would do all the hard work running after the cows, so naturally she will decide what happens to the milk, and further challenged him to just try stopping her.
Now, the wife is challenging him. रोक के तो दिखाओ. Let me see who stops me to send milk to my dear sister. Husband says, not a single drop of milk will be sent to your sister. Right?
The husband shouted loudly and asked her, was that so? He then told her to watch his actions. He began to lift and smash the earthen pots one by one. On seeing this, his wife.
Now see students, there are no earthen pots. These people are daydreaming. सच में कोई pots नहीं है. Are there really they are having cows? Are there really other pots lying in their room? No, these people are daydreaming. Daydreaming to that extent that they are imagining they are having pots. And see, the husband starts, he is acting as if he is picking a pot and throwing down, smashing on the ground, right? Actually, they are not having any pots.
Gopal, who was passing by, heard all the commotion meaning, a lot of noise and rushed inside. When he heard what had happened, he picked up a stout, meaning thick stick that stood in a corner and began to swish it, meaning move quickly through the air, and pound it, meaning hit with great force on the floor.
Now, when these people were quarreling, the husband was acting as if he is smashing the pots on the ground. A neighbor was just passing by and he heard the commotion. the noise, the loud noise which was coming from their room, right? He took a stick which was lying in their room. He started to swish that stick in the air and pound it on the ground. He was also acting as if he is moving something with his stick, right?
The husband and wife were both astounded, meaning surprised, to see his antics, meaning amusing behavior. They inquired what was he doing. Gopal Bhatt asked them to move aside, as he had to drive away their greedy cows. He told them that they had let them wander and the cows had ruined, meaning damaged his field of beans and cucumbers. He exclaimed,
Now, when this person, Gopal Bhatt, was just moving his stick round in the air, the husband and the wife were astounded. They were shocked. What is he doing? They inquired, what are you doing? The neighbor, Gopal Bhatt, said, I am removing your cows from my field. You have left your cows to wander in my field of beans and cucumbers. Now see, dear students, this Gopal Bhatt also is not having any field of beans and cucumbers. He realized what these two people, husband and wife, are doing. Same way he started acting as if he is having a farm of beans and cucumbers.
Oh, my lovely field of beans and cucumbers! The husband told Gopal Bhatt that he didn't have a field of beans and cucumbers. As soon as the husband said that, Gopal Bhatt stopped wielding the stick and looked at him with raised eyebrows. The husband and wife understood what he was trying to tell them. Can you tell what he wanted to say? Gopal Bhatt wanted to tell them that they should not argue over their daydreams. They should not fight over something that they do not even have. They should live in the present.
Right? What did you see? When the neighbor, Gopal Bhatt, was swishing the stick around the air, the husband asked, but you don't have any field of beans and cucumbers. Gopal Bhatt explained, right, like this, you also don't have any cows, you also don't have any other plots, then why are you arguing, why are you quarreling? The quarrel is not needed. Understood? The neighbor, Gopal Bhatt, made them realize the truth, made them realize their foolishness. Okay, now after this E-class explanation, let's read the chapter. Just we'll go through the chapter, we'll just read it once. Okay, open page number 2. Okay, so we saw the E-class, we saw the story on the smart board, and now let's just go through the reading. See students, pay attention to the pauses, to the punctuations which I am using. You also should read the chapter as I am reading, right? So, once there lived a couple who spent a lot of time in idle talk. One day the husband said, I have always wanted to keep cows. If by chance I get some extra money from somewhere, I am going to buy a few cows. But that means a lot of work. You have to feed the cows, walk them, bathe them, milk them. Cows need a lot of looking after. One cow would be enough. There's no need to buy more cows, said the wife. But think of all the milk we will get if we buy more, said the husband. That's true, the wife agreed. There will be so much milk that we can even have plenty of dahi and butter and ghee. Wouldn't it be lovely? How lucky that I have all these earthen pots kept aside. I'll use one of the pots for milk, one for dahi, one for butter. The ghee, I'll put it in another jar, and I'll use this remaining pot to send milk to my sister. Send milk to your sister? Who said you could send milk to your sister? There will be plenty of milk. If we have so many cows, why shouldn't I send it to my sister? Because we are going to sell it in the market, that's why. I will decide what to do with all that milk, and not a drop of it goes to your sister, remember. I will see how you can stop me from sending a pot full of milk. To my dear sister, I do all the hard work running after the cows, so naturally I will decide what happens to the milk. Just try stopping me, the wife exclaimed. Is that so? Shouted the husband. Watch this then. He began to lift and smash the earthen pots one by one, and his wife began to scream. Gopal Bhatt, who was passing by, heard all the commotion and rushed inside. When he heard what had happened, he picked up a stout stick that stood in a corner and began to swish it through the air and pound it on the floor. The husband and wife were both astounded to see his antics. What are you doing? They inquired. Move aside, said Gopal Bhatt. I have to drive away your greedy cows. You have let them wander, and now they have ruined my field of beans and cucumbers. Oh, my lovely field of beans and cucumbers. But you don't have a field of beans and cucumbers, said the husband. As soon as he said that, Gopal Bhatt stopped wielding the stick and looked at him with raised eyebrows. The husband and wife understood what he was trying to tell them. Can you tell what he wanted to say? Okay, so this was our chapter number 2, story number 2, Daydreams. Go through the reading at least twice with your parents, I would say, and mark all the punctuations and pauses. Make the notes in your notebooks. After you will be getting the PDF, you may be called to school for the checking of your notes. Okay, thank you.